Welcome to Educators with Oil. I'm your hostess, Ronnette Branham, here to offer biblical strategies for effective teaching. Thank you for joining me today. I am excited again, as always, about this episode. I am happy that I get to do this yet another time. This is one second. I am just so excited because there have been things that I've been thinking about, and then I've been watching the podcast, and I'm looking at it at a different perspective, and I was looking at how what I believe, looking at my beliefs, and my beliefs is like, do I believe that this is effective, that I'm helping people to be effective teachers? Do I believe that I am just putting together episodes with nobody watching, or do I believe that this is for a purpose? And so I am just excited about how I'm changing my mindset. My mindset is completely different now, and I am happy that sorry about that. I'm trying to check in on another spot and up and log into something. So just 1 second. So again, I'm just happy about what's happening. Happy that I'm able to do this. I had to regroup and see what was happening, if there was something happening, and I am happy again. So what I want to be who I was when I first started. I was thinking about looking at the viewers and looking at things that was happening with the podcast and with me. So I had to take some inventory and see, am I the same person? Am I the person who fell in love with this? Because this is something, sorry about that I really love. And I was thinking, should I stay here? Should I continue? Should I pack it in and say, okay, it was a good try? Then I got some messages about who you are. Don't worry about anything standing who you are. And I'm going to do that. And I am ready and willing to be who I am and to make changes. We're like, we're um, trying to develop ourselves. And it's just like, be who you are, who you are, stand in it. And that's what I'm doing. And I appreciate the opportunity to do this. So also, I listened to a preacher this morning when I got up after pondering. And so he was saying, do not be weary in well doing, continue. And then if you faint not, you're going to reap. So just be open to reaping benefits, be open to, you know, the opportunities that come. And I am ready to receive whatever it is that God has for me, and not let different things that people say, different things that I hear, different things that I say to myself. My self-talk is our self-talk is kind of sometimes our worst enemy, you know. So that self-talk has to be more in tune to where it is that I want to go. The self-talk has to be more has to be right on target. You know, this is who you are, Ronette. This is who you should be. This is what you should be doing. Go ahead and do it. Make that move. And don't expect people to not show up. Don't expect people to not be there, not support. Expect that you're going to have viewers. Expect it. So this is where I am, and I'm again excited. So the episode today is about setting goals. So what better time to set a goal than right now? To set a goal as a teacher. We are now not quite at the middle of the school year, but we are about to break for winter break. So, we come back, we're ready to regroup and be who we are supposed to be, who we say we are, the educators that we are, the people who we are, just in our everyday life, be who we say we are. Be who, who we want to be. Don't walk around saying, I want to do this and I want to make a change. Just make the change. And so I have just a few quotes about teaching, and again, it's about setting goals. And as a teacher, our goal is to educate our students. And my goal, I remember last year I set a goal for my class and for me in my performance with my class and me teaching and educating my students no matter what. And remember, it was like follow the curriculum to the letter, and then watch your students grow. Watch us, and I proved it. I proved that it could be done, not based on the demographic, not based on uh, their prior knowledge. Teach second grade level to my students, and then doing small group, give them that support that they need. So teach at the grade, and my students grew. My students learned. My students, every student was able to do the second grade math. They didn't all were all ready to do that 2-digit vertical addition and subtraction, 3-digit vertical addition and subtraction, but they were able to add and subtract those numbers, whether they use manipulatives, whether they use drawings, whatever they did, they were able to. The students grew in their reading. And like I said before, what me focusing on their second grade learning and not worrying about what was the past and what, getting them ready for prepared for third grade, that this will uh, help you identify students' needs, who needed extra help, who um, who the general ed wasn't for them, and I came up with two. I had some who needed extra help, but I had two who the going to general ed third grade would not be beneficial. They would need smaller classes or an extra support of some sort, like maybe a resource classroom where they go to for literacy and math to a smaller place and then come back for the other areas, So I was able to identify based on following the second grade curriculum. That is something that I think every teacher could do. Every teacher could manage. So I have: a teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. That is from Henry Adams. And I have three. Teaching is not just about imparting knowledge, it's about inspiring minds and igniting a passion for lifelong learning. Set your goals as a teacher with purpose. For in pursuit of excellence, you shape not only your future, but the countless futures entrusted to your care. Again, teacher is not just about imparting knowledge. It's just not about giving the student 10 plus 10 is 20. 21 plus 21 is 42. It's not that. It's about inspiring minds and igniting passions for lifelong learning. You want the students to be inspired by the learning, by the teaching that you give, and that they're going to be inquisitive. They're going to want to learn more things. They're going to like learning, and that is something that teachers do. Teachers always want to learn more. We had to keep on going to school till we got at least got a bachelor's. Set your goals as a teacher with a purpose. For in pursuit of excellence, you shape not only your future, but the countless futures entrusted to your care. Meaning, you are planning for the year, for the school year. You're planning. You have it, but you don't know what's going to happen with those students. What's going to happen down the line, because something that you did, something that you inspired in them, some spark that happened while in your class, you don't know where that's going to lead. Look at us. We don't know where we led. There was things that happened to me that that I happened to me that where it ignited something in me. I had a big sister when I was little. You from the Big Sister Big Brother program. I don't know. She doesn't know what that did for me. I'm assuming maybe it did more than I think. I've always taken care of others' children. So is that something that happened because of that? I don't know. Not to mention my family was that, always having somebody's child. Teaching is not just about imparting knowledge. It's a journey of inspiration and transformation. We want to transform these students' lives. You know, there's a student that I know, and I was talking to someone today about, and I was saying, what more can we do for this child? he could be, who knows what he could be down the line. Who knows what he could be. He could be something um down the line, good or bad, or negative or positive, whatever his trajectory could be changed right now. We could fix it. We could help him. It's a journey of inspiration and transformation. Just as a ship needs a destination, and a pilot needs a course, so does a teacher need goals. We have to set goals. I don't care. You lesson plan. That's a goal setting. This week, this is what I want to teach. How it comes out, what happens with it. Uh that's based on what the students get out of it. But my goal is to teach them long E in phonics. You know, EA, EE, just E, E consonant, EY. We want them to know, if whenever they come across this, that this is going to sound like long E. That's our goal. We set goals all the time. Your goals are the compass that guides you, the wind that propels you forward, and the lighthouse that illuminates the path for your students. Embrace the power of goal setting, for it not only shapes your teaching, but also molds the future of those entrusted to your care. As you set sail on the sea of education, remember the destination may be unknown, but with well-charted goals, you navigate with a purpose and a passion. Know that you set a goal, you don't know what's going to happen, what the outcome is going to be. You don't know if there's going to be a fire drill in the middle of your lesson. We don't know any of that. But we do know we have to have a goal. We have to set a purpose for our teaching. That is just something that we must do. So using our talents and our strengths to help others is one of the greatest joys in life. I know that. Doing this podcast right now brings great joy. You know, it will be, when I was pondering, what should I do? Should I continue? That will be, the joy will be uh dimmed. It will be, the light will be turned off, and that wouldn't be great for me to have my light um blown out because I decided to, not pursue this. So, sometimes we limit ourselves. We limit ourselves by our beliefs, our self-perceptions. They it might not accurately, reflect our full capabilities when we think about what we can do. We say, can I think maybe I won't be able to. You know, will this happen? This might not happen. I'm not capable of performing this task. And you probably are. You don't know. You're limiting yourself. So if you think you can't, then you can't, and you won't be able to. You're hindering your own selves. I know some people say they don't like to think about limiting beliefs. So it's not that, you have a belief system, right? And then it can limit you for what you're doing. So there is a such thing as having limiting beliefs, where if I think I'm going to get stage fright as soon as I turn on the camera, and I'm not going to be able to perform, I'm not going to remember. So then I'm going to be stunning my growth by being thinking that, you know, thinking like, oh wow, I'm going to freeze as soon as I turn on the camera. So then once we do that, we won't be able to perform. So we're limiting ourselves, and not that only, but I am capable. I talk all the time. So why can't I talk on the camera? What is the difference? There is no difference, because you always on stage. Life is your stage. You're always on stage. And not to mention, you're always um, being a public speaker, especially if you're a teacher. This is who we are. We're public speakers. We teach every day to between, I don't know how many students, 5 to 25 students. I heard people have larger classes than that. If you're higher education, you could have 100 students in your class. So you're always a public speaker. You're always giving information to someone. So this is no different. It's no different. The only thing, you have the capability of far reaching. You can reach more than your 24 students. You could reach more than the 10 teachers who you talk to daily. So we have to remember that we as humans are adaptable. We will adapt and grow and development is ongoing process. You know that. You're always developing, you're always changing, you're always um, adapting into situations. You know, always, every situation, every room you go in is different. It's different, maybe because of the people who are there. May not be the same people every single time. Maybe you have a group who you meet with every single time, every week on Monday. Same group, same thing, nothing's changed. Maybe a new person comes in, the situation has changed. You have to adapt to that. Adapt to another person being in a room, another seat taken. You have to adapt to that. You will adapt to that. So we have um, to discover, our true potential by pushing our boundaries. You must push your boundaries. If you say, I can only teach second grade math, I'm not able to teach third grade math. I'm not able to teach multiplication. Push that boundary. This is what I do when we do grouping and we do arrays. That is a way to have, and we say, just say our array is our repeated math equation, repeated numbers, and it's 5 plus 5 plus 5. I introduce that as 3 times 5. I introduce that to my students. 3 times 5, 5 3 times. I introduce that. So that is pushing the boundary of my students. So we always can adapt and push our boundaries. We this is what this episode is about. Today is about challenging ourselves and setting goals. I have some goals. Like, again, I said last year I had goals for those students and I met my goals. I really met my goals. I remember I had one little boy and I was telling him, well, you kind of messed up my SGO, my student growth objective, like, because he didn't move any. He maybe move one uh reading level up, and then after my SGOs, because that was due in April. So in May, here he comes reading, and he's reading. He made leaps and bounds, and I was saying, "Wow! See, I'm my goal is for April to have this done and this done." Really, in my head, it's by June, right? But according to the district, you have to have all the paperwork in April. So by April, according to the district, this has to be done. Your goal has to be met. If it not, what happened? Why? And you didn't meet your goal. So they cut that. They count that against you. And so he met it after the set point, after the time. So we have to step outside of our comfort zone. It might be comfortable to meet with just your one partner colleague. It may just be comfortable to meet with that person, right? So how about you could get with 5 teachers, meet with them. How about you set a goal? I have a goal right now where I'm working on my budgeting. I'm working on my finances. That's a goal. And in order, I have to have an accountability partner. I have to put everything in writing. I haven't really sat down and done that. I did it, and then I didn't look back at it. So sit down, make a plan, and and work it through. And so then set a date. By this date, I'm going to have this amount of money. I'm going to have this done. I'm going to have this in order. I want to set goals. My saving is going to be intact or on the way. Like, my spending is going to be, I'm going to get a hold of my spending. I'm not going to be ordering off Amazon every time. I'm not going to be eating out every time I just think about it. I'm going to prepare food, and plan food so that I can cook it and it will cost less. Today and yesterday, today actually didn't eat it, but yesterday I went and bought salad from the grocery store and bought tuna fish to go into it to eat that for lunch, instead of going to Chick-fil-A and getting their $10 uh, salad every day. That's $50 a week on salad, on some lettuce. I have to change my spending habits. And then I have a person who is my accountability partner, not only my group that I talk to in the morning, but I have accountability partners. I have a accountability partner. So I have to step up. That's not comfortable. Planning. your finance, and it's not comfortable talking to somebody about your personal finance. You have to be somebody that you trust, who's kind, who's not going to judge you. So the person I chose they spend like I do, so they can't judge me. They can't say, "Look at you, you're spending. You said you weren't, and all this, and this is going to inspire them as well as help me. And it may help them as well because we spend the same way." And so we have five five lessons. I got this from a person. I'm not sure who, about setting goals that they learned about personal development. So one thing about setting a goal is your environment. Your environment is more powerful than your willpower. Like, you have willpower to do whatever, but your environment. So just saying, this is something that I can attest to. I lost quite a few pounds, right? And so I stopped eating. I stopped eating bread. Stop eating bread altogether. Bread was not um in my diet. And then I started going out to eat with my family. I wouldn't eat the bread. I would sit and not eat the bread because I didn't care that much bread. And I had the desire. It was already out of my system. I understood I didn't need the bread. It was empty calories. So I did that. Then the more I ate out with them, next thing you know, I got a little piece of bread. I didn't want the bread. I didn't care about the bread. But because it was there and they kept eating the bread, I'll just grab me a piece. Then, and now I eat bread. That's just my environment. In your environment, you can set goals for yourself and you talk about your finance. Then you're around people constantly who don't have a care about their finances. They don't have their finances under wraps. They are not diligent with keeping a budget. They may not be good stewards. And you trying to change. The more you're around the people who are not good stewards, the it's going to be hard for you. So you could have the desire to do something, but you have to change your environment. And then, and what we believe often becomes a reality. I've been believing some things, and here it is. And now I have to change my belief, like I said about this podcast. I have to change my beliefs. I was believing like one day somebody will stumble across my show, and then there it is. Then they'll see it when they need it, and they'll Google and they'll need something about goal setting, and then they'll find me. It's not for now, but it's for one day. And because I heard somebody say it, and I kept that in my head. This doesn't make sense. No, it's for today. Somebody's going to know I'm coming on, and then they're going to tune in. Period. That's where I am from now on. That's my goal, to reach out to people, to market, and to be ready when somebody calls, somebody tunes in, and know that one day it's going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 people tuning in. That's what it's going to be, and I'm ready. And I'm not even thinking about the future. My goal is to market and to get out there and then to give great content. So that's a goal. And I'm going to sit and write it out again. I have done it, and then you can see the difference. And so that what I believe, I'm not believing for the future. I'm believing for right now. And I have to continually speak to myself about that. And then my imagination, is stronger than my limitations. You think you're limited in something, but you start imagining, then you set a goal to do what you imagine. That's it. My imagination for this show, this podcast is awesome, and I'm going to keep on imagining and setting goals toward that what I imagine, and it is going to be, it's limitless. What can happen, based off of my imagination, what I set out to do, and also consistency. Being consistent. Yesterday I had a party, so I had to put the show to today. So I'm going to be consistent. And then if there's a time that I need to say next week will be on Monday instead of Tuesday. So it's going to be Monday, always Monday at 6:00. Be consistent. People look for you. And then be on time. Be consistent with that. That's more important than me coming out here and making a whole lot of fun and laughing and joking and getting you all riled up and excited. No, it's more important for me to be consistent, be here every time, every Monday at 6 o'clock. That's important. Consistently people look for you. And then self compassion, be self criticism, criticizing what you're doing. Maybe you're not doing this right. You need to do this more. You haven't addressed that. You need to work on this. You need to work on that. But being compassionate, like you are a person. Ronnette, you are a person. You, whoever is watching, you are a person. You know, we already know people are flawed. So if other people are flawed, why can't you be flawed? Why can't we be flawed? You know, goals again, goals are plans to achieve something. And the Bible says making plans is beneficial. And we know that it's beneficial. Proverbs 21:5 points out the plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. So, you're not just jumping into something saying, oh, this is what I'm going to do. No, you're going to sit down and plan it out, and it's going to lead to profit. It's going to lead to profit. Every time you have to plan something, you have a goal, you sit down and plan it, and you say, this is what I want to do. And these are the steps I need to take to get where I want to get. That is one other thing you need to think. How do I get where I want to get? And then write it out, make it plain. Luke 14:25-35 said, Jesus encourages us to plan for the cost of what we're considering doing, to set wise goals before moving ahead. Remember, we talked about this scripture before. Large crowds were traveling with Jesus, and turning to them, he said, if anyone comes to me and does not hate father and mother, wife and children, brother and sister, yes, even their own life, such a person cannot be my disciple. So he's saying, you have a goal to follow him. Follow him. Don't worry about everyone else and everything else. And whosoever does not carry their cross and follow me cannot be my disciple. We have goals that we have to meet. So let's set forth those goals, plan it out, and then follow it. You call that a cross to bear, call that a cross to bear, but you have to be diligent in what it is you're setting out to do, right? Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? You're gonna talk about I'm building a tower. You don't even know if the tower costs 200,000 or a million, whatever. And you have money, but you don't know how much. You have to sit down and plan and make sure you have what it costs. So you're gonna say, well, I need these, I need builders, I need this material. It's gonna take this amount of time. So I have to make sure I have everything I need before I set out. You're not just setting out and saying, we're gonna pay for it as we go along. I know people do that, but you want to have a plan. For if you lay the foundation and are not able to finish it, everyone sees it who sees it will ridicule you. You started this and then you can't finish it? What do you mean? You sat down and you said, I'm going to teach this lesson, or I'm going to lose this weight. People are not going to ridicule you hardly for losing weight. It depends on what it is, what it is that you said about it or about somebody else. But you say, I'm on this diet and I'm going to lose weight, right? And I'm going to lose 20 pounds in 2 months or however long it's going to take you. And then they see you haven't lost an ounce. They see you eating any kind of way. They're like, in their head, even if they don't say it to you, I thought she was on a diet. I thought she chased her eating. So chased her eating. And then you're eating pizza and bread and candy and sugar, pies, everything that will prevent you from losing weight and cause other problems as well. So people will see that, like, you are not even being honest with yourself or anyone else. So this person began to build and wasn't able to finish. Or suppose a king is about to go to war against another king. Won't he first sit down and consider whether he is able with 10,000 men to oppose the one coming against him with 20,000? I'm going to plan that out. Is he not able? He will send a delegation while the other is still a long way off and will ask for terms of peace. If he's not able, he's going to figure it out. I don't think I could beat 20,000 people. We only have 10. Imagine if he kills half my men. Maybe I'll kill the same amount. And then he has more to come after the next half. So no, I think we're gonna let's try to make peace, because he's going to plan it out. Other people's lives are at stake. In the same way, those who of you who do not give up everything you have cannot be my disciples. Salt is, how can it be made salty again? It is fit neither for the soil nor for the manure pile. It is thrown out. Whoever has ears, let him hear. Let them hear. Whoever has ears to hear, let them hear. So that's just saying you have to plan. You can't just go willy-nilly out there making haste, because haste makes waste. I've done that. I have done that sitting down for uh my grandchildren trying to do this clothing line. I had just bought things and bought things, and I wasted a lot of money. And so, yeah, you can't do that. You need to be ready. So God promises to help us when um to help us. Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plan. So you commit your plans, commit whatever you're trying to do to God, and he's going to he's going to make those plans, strong. He's going to say, okay, this is what you're going to do. We're going to establish this. So we should set goals and pursue them with confidence that God will help us reach those goals as we trust him day to day. So if you trust in God and you're committing your plans to him, he's going to help you. I promise you, okay. Remember, we have to personally reflect on our experiences when we're goal setting. First of all, set a biblical foundation for anything that you're about to do. You have to, in setting goals, I gave you some, and then you have to reflect, make sure that what it is you want to do is aligned with your overall goals, is aligned with your overall beliefs, and your belief system, you know and if you have to change some things, or long as it aligns with your values, you're not just going to set out to do something that doesn't align with your values. So I there's some things that we need to know about setting goals, is like SMART goals. I remember the first time I heard SMART goals, my daughter was talking about SMART goals for her job. She had to sit down and write some SMART goals, and she had to have it approved by her supervisor. Then we talked about SMART goals with our students. We had the SMART goals on our desk, and we did like 2 weeks time. And so the SMART goals stand for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So you have to set specific goals. My specific goal, just say one, is to spend less. Work on spending less, not eating out as much, maybe once a week as opposed to 5 days a week. Eating using the money that I would eat out with to save. Use some of it to buy your food that you cook, and then the rest you save, put it aside. Smart, specific goals. Specific goals. So every month I'm going to save this amount of money. My main specific goal is to have a certain amount in a rainy day fund, emergency fund, at least 3 times my salary at least, and then continue, and then have a savings account for specific trips or whatever it is that I want to do, have that kind of savings account also. And then measurable. How can I measure? Can I easily assess the progress? Yeah, I can look at my bank account and see, did I save anything this month? What happened? I have to figure out, go back and regroup and see what I can see. I didn't spend this. I spent this money. I was eating out. I can tell. Look at my bank account. It's right there. And if it's achievable, is it achievable? Can I achieve a savings of 3 times my salary? Yes, I can, but when? How? When could I do that? How long will that take? At the same time, I have another savings where I'm saving for a specific thing, saving for a trip. I'm saving for the summer. I'm saving for, whatever it is I'm saving for. Maybe I want to get a coat or whatever I want to get. I'm saving for that. And is it achievable? Yes, it's achievable. Is the time frame realistic? Just say I want to say I need to save $30,000 by the end of the school year. Is that achievable? No, that's not achievable. That is not I can measure it. I'll see. Whoa, you didn't meet that. You're not going to meet that by the end of the school year. If I save a certain amount, I could save 10% of my salary every month. So then that means I need to save, I don't know, how long is it going to take me to get that amount of money, you know? So, and is it relevant? Is it in line with my values? Is it exciting to me? Is that saving? Yes. Is that in line with my values? Yes. We all should save. We have futures and we have things that we want. We that's relevant. Money is relevant. You need money. And then you need money in case of an emergency. You don't want to have to borrow or beg or ask and all that kind of stuff. So, and then is it time bound? Yes, I have a clear deadline for my goals. Clear deadline. The end of this week is one deadline I've eaten out. No, I'm not doing it. I started, you just started. So Monday and Tuesday is today. Did I eat out? No, I didn't. I didn't go get my I had oatmeal this morning because I didn't eat before I left because I need to leave early. Then I was like hungry. So okay, let me stop and get me oatmeal. Oatmeal cost $3. So that I could have ate it at home, it would be 50 cents. So you see the difference? It would be 50 cents. I would have to buy apples and raisins to put in it. How much could that have cost? I could have ended up spending $1 on breakfast as opposed to $3 on breakfast. We could do that, saving money. That money is there. And then also, I didn't go out to lunch. I didn't get my salad. I bite on the way to work. I didn't stop and get that salad. I took salad with me. Can I do that daily? Yes, I could do it. It's relevant. I need to eat better. So here it is. Also, setting professional goals. That was our personal goals. That's just understanding goal setting. So, professional goals, we could identify our strengths and our weaknesses, align our goals with our Christian values, create an action plan. So what is the plan? We call it an action plan. What is the plan? How am I going to get these students from A to B? How am I going to save this money? Uh that may not be professional, that's more personal, but professionally, I want to work with other teachers. Set an action plan for that. That's more marketing, that's more talking to people, uh letting people go. Is that aligning with my goals? Do I want to help people? Yes, I do. That's just something that um I really want to do. So, again, identify my strengths and weaknesses. Like, what is my strength in this area? Am I strong enough to talk to teachers about specific goals? Yes, I am. What is my weakness? Maybe in my head, I might be judging, or maybe I might not give the person time enough to say what they want to say, instead of giving an answer, having a ready answer. No, that's a weakness. So that's something I need to work on. Accountability, have an accountability partner. That's what I said. Journal. How about you journal what it is that you want to do, what your goal is? Did I achieve it today? Did I work on it today? Setting goals. Why are you setting these goals? Um, how are these goals going to direct me? All that kind of stuff. And is there going to be a personal benefit, for our goals? You know, Also, let me see. We already said identify our goals with our profession, with our teaching roles. You need to know if your goal. Do you have a goal for your profession? What is it that you want to do by when? You want to be more. Just say your goal is to enter in data into the grading system regularly. We used to say, I haven't done it, man, this year. Enter something in every day. Enters a few things in a week, 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You enter in information, into data. And also, that's aligning with your goals, because you want to be able to measure what your students are doing. So that is going, yes, that's aligning with your goal. Have an action plan. What am I going to do? How am I going to do this? So I'll grade these papers today, then the next one today, this subject today, the next subject tomorrow, and I'll knock that out. It's a little different. For me, I have 50 students, 48 students right now. I will have in a month from now, month about, I will have, I don't know how many students, really little bit of students. That's going to be so awesome. And I know it's going to be under 20. So that's going to be awesome. So, but yeah, it'll be easier. And so, you build a supportive environment. We're teachers. We have we eat lunch with our coworkers. We have meetings with our coworkers. We have grade level meetings. We have impromptu meetings. All that kind of stuff during our what do you call our specials? Okay, think of what it's called right now. When we have that time, um, without students, we have time. We could either grab an impromptu meeting with another teacher, you know, discuss development opportunities, discuss with our principal, discuss with our other teachers what is an opportunity that we can do. Maybe you have an idea that will help all the teachers, or they have an idea, or they come to you with suggestions. And then remember to monitor whatever your goal is. Monitor it, check on it, check every week, take a look. Maybe if it's savings and you don't want to check every week because it's like looking like, oh no, we're not meeting that goal, do it once a month, every 2 weeks. Check and see every once a month. If you only get paid once a month, I hear people get paid once a month. Some people get paid twice a month. Some people get paid. I get paid twice a month. Some people get paid every other week, and sometimes that average out. It could be 3 pays in a month. It depends. And remember, have a great attitude of gratitude with everything that we do. I have to be who I want to be, and I have that is causing me to think internally, take a look internally, reflect. um so you're going to combine your education, your goal setting strategies, your activities that you do interactively with other people, so we're going to empower ourselves and we're going to empower others as we are empowered, and as we speak to people, you know that's what we'll do. And just know that my podcast, and this is self-talk, not even just self-talk, this is what I know is true, and that you as well. So um just know that this podcast, Educators with Oil, is a valuable platform. I know it is, and I just have to walk in that. Um it's offering Christian teachers biblical strategies for effective teaching, inspiring positive change in the education community. That's what I'm here for. It is a tool, a powerful tool for building a community of Christian teachers, fostering connection and supporting support among teachers seeking to integrate faith into their teaching practices. That's what I do. That's what I'm here for, and I'm so excited. So I am grateful for the divine role that I play as a Christian teacher, grandmother, mother, podcast creator, knowing that each role is a unique and purposeful part of God's plan for me. So we have to walk in that. We have to get us our own model, self model. This is what I do. This is my motto. That you know I'm that my this podcast, Educators with Oil, is a powerful tool for building a community of Christian educators, fostering connection and support among teachers seeking to integrate faith into their teaching practices. Also, it's a valuable platform offering Christian teachers biblical strategies for effective teaching. That's what I say every day. Inspiring positive change in the education community. So just know this is a plan. This is, a purposeful part of God's plan for me. And I know that. And I'm walking in that. And from this day forward, I'm walking in that. And I thank everyone who tunes in. I thank everybody who looks. So after today, I am expecting double, triple, and it has to be more than double next week. I'm expecting I can't speak of a number, but I'm expecting many more people online with me next week. I'm expecting it because I'm walking in my truth. I'm walking in the truth. This is a purposeful, powerful podcast, and this is it. This is where I'm going. This is where I'm heading, and I am excited that you tuned in. I'm excited that you decided to watch. Thank you again. I'm Ronnette Branham, the hostess of Educators with Oil podcast, and we offer biblical strategies for effective teaching. Thank you, and have a blessed day. Oh, that's not what I need to do. Have a blessed day.